Okay, folks, happy Wednesday evening. Evening? Almost 5. Evening, afternoon, late afternoon. So, let's power through some other stuff here. We're going to see if we can do this with glasses and not take off the contacts. See if that'll work. Alright, so we've got the Sanger and the three entrenchments. So we need to dial these up with the color. And then we also have the stand for McGregor, the squad leader. Eight. Brennan Gunner is going to be after him. I'm just still floored how well these plastic figures are painting up. Now, I got another one of these laying around here, don't I? Yep, I got a clear one. I think I'm going to use a clear one. Well, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that just yet. I was going to put some hand sanitizer in there and use it to clean, but we don't need to do that just yet. This should be able to behave okay. So we got the base color of the British uniform. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. So let me see if I've got 4 stands left. 4 other little cards. I do. That way we can lift them off of them and we can keep the mess to a minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Put 1 here. 1 here, 1 here. Probably cut this one in half. And this is a free material, and it's also, it doesn't. It's not absorbent, which of course meant that's why it took so long for it to dry. But it took 24 hours. I just would have liked to have gotten this done sooner because I really don't like hopping around from one thing to another, but it's just the nature of the beast. Gotta do things while you can. I was like the last one to leave work too. Come home, I come back from lunch, like everybody's gone. I'm like, what? Well, I had plans to stay till like 5:30 anyway, so the fact that I could leave at 3:30 was a blessing. And these are the kind of holidays I like, where my place of employment is not open. So nobody's there to screw things up for me. I don't have to leave anything done, and I don't have to clean anything up. A real vacation. And we're not traveling anywhere, so we should have filming every morning for those of you guys that are into that. In the mornings for sure. I can't guarantee anything else, but we're going to start off the day right anyways. Okay, so step 1, green ochre. And we've got this guy to do also. This color reminds me of, there was this spray paint that came out. God, I think I was still at the hobby store when it came out. So early 90s. When they first came out with Model Master, Tester's Model Master, which is relatively, well, I'm going to say it wasn't that long ago, but yes, it was. It was like over 30 years ago. Nobody had spray colors. It was just, ones that have like FS colors, like if you wanted like, light gold gray or, whatever, stuff to play like paint your planes and stuff. And I didn't have an airbrush at the time. And they came out with Panzer Gray, and they came up with this one color that reminds me of this one called Africa Mustard. That's literally what it was called. It's called Africa Mustard. And I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but this reminded me of it. But that was almost more akin to like an Alamein type color for the Africa Corps, or maybe even Tunisia. More of a browner. Brown or yellow. I don't remember what I painted in that. I painted something in it. Maybe it was my micro armor. And then I washed over it or something like that. But, stuff I wouldn't do now. I'd go about it differently, but that was still in my infancy phase of painting. An infant painter. You need to stay down there. This is starting to look like the world's shittiest donut. What do you get when you cross a churro and a donut, and something that gets left in the litter box? This thing. A litter box churro. A churro bagel, a chagel. Yeah, it's like litter box brown too. It's okay, we've done a couple of these. We know we're on the right track color-wise. Mr. Ben, welcome back. So did you get your airbrush yet? Did you get your compressor yet? That was like a glimpse into another universe. And I've seen that happen all the time. I'll go and I'll turn Facebook on the very first thing in the morning. And I see like something that I want to click on, and then immediately clicks away. And I'm like, if I don't catch really quick who it's at, I'll miss their page. But I usually go to their page and I'll see it. Payday has arrived. Okay. Well, make sure you buy it somewhere you can return it. So if it doesn't turn out to be how you want it to be, you can get your money back, right? You did your part. You will provide the monetary compensation for the product. The purveyor of said item needs to do their part and not make a piece of crap. I was all excited to buy stuff on AliExpress and then realized, did I see a glimpse of me in a real big house with some hot models on each arm? No, you that must have been all on your own. You don't want any of them high maintenance women anyways. Actually, what I wouldn't want is I wouldn't want some lady that painted too. You imagine she'd be griping at you. Yeah, I don't like the color you picked there. You're not doing your brush strokes right. You didn't clean the brushes last time, you know. Yay! I can't wait to do hobby time. There's several lady painters out there, and it's like, man, that sounds like it'd be pretty cool to be hanging out with one of those lady painters. And then you realize, let's look at the, this house would include a sealed off modeling wing, velvet rope blocking it off. Is that what passes for security in the old world? A velvet rope. Be some ISIS terrorists come in there and break in and say, oh, we can't go no farther. Why? Oh, Ben's velvet rope is here. We cannot do that. Velvet. Those things are made to be fucked with. The velveteen rope. Now, a big house comes with big mortgage and big tax payment. Was there ever a time that somebody said, I'm going to buy a big house? And then you buy the big house, and that's it, you're done, right? You paid for the house, you live there for free. Or was there always some kind of tax bullshit associated with it? There might have been tax free. It's like, we're not going to tax you. It's like, awesome. Oh, yeah, but by the way, between the months of April to September, we can call you on doing feudal service to the Lord, to your Lord. Son of a bitch. So somebody was telling me that, I've heard it from several different people, that in Europe, the big deal is if you run into somebody of some social status, that's like a big deal. Like, it's not if you got money, it's just if you're, the Lord Somerset or something like that. That's like the big feather you want in your hat. I just seem like that seems pretty antiquated, but you never know. Maybe it's important to some people. Just like, some people have a big interest in having a certain title where they work. The king doesn't pay taxes. You don't want to be the king, man. You're too good looking to be the king, man. You're not inbred enough to be the king. That goes for any king. That goes for most kings. And some of the outfits that the kings wear, they're just stupid. I'm sorry. If you're the king, you get to design your own outfit, right? Isn't that how it works? All those medals and shit that they have. Like, dude, you ain't done shit. You've been sitting on your laurels. What percentage of the people in the UK actually think, yeah, this king thing's pretty cool, we should keep doing it? I'd be surprised if it's 60%. I know tradition and all that. And, I'm a traditionalist. I get tradition, but, some traditions just, need to be done away with. In theory, yes, but I don't reckon this one will pull out the old pith helmet look anytime soon. Yeah. He's not much of a fighter, is he? You think most people, when he ended up going on the throne, it's like, man, I wish we had the old lady back. I don't know about this guy. And then there was probably saying that, man, thank goodness we have a king because I don't want to take orders from a lady. I'm sure there's a group of those people. Of course, can she really? Can the king or queen really tell you what to do? I mean, you're walking down the street and the king asks you to do something. I mean, it's not likely that they're going to be walking down the street you live on. And I'm not trying to make it sound like you live in a slum. I'm just saying, you don't need to hang out with those hoity-toity. Can they say, "Can you get my handkerchief? I dropped it." And if you say, "Meh," I get shit for you. I think most the small R Republicans here have really, really bad PR and often come across quite churlish. Churlish, you fucking making up words. No, I don't understand that kind of language. I'm from America. We don't speak like that. Churlish. Churlish. I'm gonna have to find out what churlish means on the Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. They pervert everything there. Yep, there's a definition for that in here. I swear they just make up things. I'm not going to read the first definition that I came across, but it's hilarious. Blankety blank and not in a good way. Oh, man. Small R Republicans. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I know it's a real word. It's just a word I don't use. It's a word that if I was reading in a book, literally, I would have to find out what it means by, what do you call it? Deduction. I don't read Dickens, you know? Okay. Posh folks. Well, if it wasn't for those, I can't even think what they're called. For the Spice Girls, I wouldn't know what posh meant. A small R Republican is people who want a republic, not whatever it is they are now in Burgerland. Okay, so you call this place Burgerland. Small. I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. Small R Republican is people who want a republic. Okay, not whatever it is they are now in Burgerland. Okay, well, yeah, I didn't think you meant the ones here. Okay. So what I want to know is tomorrow. Do all day in England do they celebrate kicking those? non-fun party buckle shoe wearing jokers out? I mean, is it like a party like, yes, we don't have to deal with those, repressive types? Because they left when it was King James, right? And King James was kind of Catholic. No, no celebration other than ongoing month-long Black Friday sales. But today is Lancashire Day. Lancashire Day. What will you celebrate? Oh, that's the red people. I was in Lancastrians. I didn't know that Lancashire and Lancastrians were tied together. I didn't know that. Is uh, is the UK split evenly on who the good guys are in the War of the Roses? Uh oh, gonna bring up back old stuff. Bring back old wounds. So I listened to Dan Jones' War of the Roses, and I had just cursory knowledge of it, and it's like really confusing until you listen to his book, and you're like, okay, it makes sense. Like I get it, and it's never really discussed, huh? Um, yeah, it was pretty interesting. Uh, I would never want to play any of those battles. Certainly not in a DBA setting because those aren't both armies are like the same. Like man, they need to be a little bit different, like to give them some flavor. Oh, both sides were just rich people exploiting the peasantry, getting them killed for no reason. Or is that really the case? Most people probably don't know about it because I would imagine most of the people on the street are just as ignorant as people would be on the street here. Do they have one of those things, if the Lancastrians would have won the War of the Roses, who'd be king now type of thing? They have those things. I see them all the time. Like, if who's the current Hohenzollern king or, that kind of stuff. Who'd be the Tsar now you know, if they hadn't gone away, that kind of thing. Who'd be the Lancastrian royalty if they wouldn't have dissipated? Am I right that you were reading about some English food the other day and it had suet in it? Um, yeah, Jeffrey brought it up, I believe. I don't know what that is, though. I mean, I might know what it is, but I may not know what it is by that name. Dare I look it up? Is it going to be nasty? Sweat. Food. High energy sweat for year round wild bird feeding. Shredded beef suet. What the heck? The hell are you people eating? It's a hard fat around the kidneys and loins of beef, lamb, or mutton. Oh, I don't like mutton. I don't like sheepy things. Has a high smoke point, making it ideal for deep frying and pastry production. Okay, so it's like a lard or something. Ooh, this isn't healthy. It all comes back to the royals now, since old Liz was descended from both William the Conqueror and Harold Godwinson. Well, what about the other guy? Oh, that is one. That is old one eye. My bad. Sorry. I saw Harold and I'm like, oh, Hadrada. Yeah, inbred. Yeah, that'd be a pain in the ass to be a royal. Couldn't wear whatever you want. Make you wear a silly uniform when you don't want to. Can't have fun at parties. Well, maybe you can. You just got to do it on Epstein's island. I don't want to be around famous people or rich people or whatever. I'm good. I'm good mixing it up with you guys. I don't even have any grand intentions of like meeting famous people. Like I don't need to. I'm like an inch thick sweat crust on a meat and potato pie is the thing of dreams. Well, it doesn't sound very good. I'll take your word for it. But there's some things that don't sound very good that are. So it's one of those things like I don't want to know how the sausage is made kind of thing. Like the thing of dreams. I think you're better off having having a girl under each arm. I think you're better off with that. Stick with that one. Liz, can they throw you in the freaking tower for calling her Liz? Are you required to bow to royalty? See, I wouldn't do all that. I don't want to bow to. I don't need to treat them like crap or spit on them or anything like that. But it's like You know, it's certainly above deep fried tarantulas and pig eyeball soup in Cambodia. Huh? Well, and I had big dreams of going to that country. I'm not going there. I don't have a big. I don't have an interest in going to Asia. Sorry, I don't. Oh, Japan's different, dude. Japan has earthquakes. You know, I want to get Subway shoved, Subway stuffed. Go get stuffed in a Subway. Mr. Barnes. Oh, speaking of Lancashire Day, this guy doesn't celebrate that. He celebrates Yorkshire Day. Nailed it. So I'm reading that book on. When I was reading that book on War of the Roses, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and it wasn't confusing. I was trying to figure out, like, okay, who are the good guys, and like there aren't any good guys, and it just, hey, I'm American. We certainly not. Yeah, I look at everything from the Western standpoint. There's got to be a good guy, right? You know, that's how we are. That's how Americans are. We look at things from a Lone Ranger aspect. You know, you got good guys and bad guys. You know, and yeah, there's sometimes the good guys do bad stuff, but they're still better than the other guys. So I'm reading that book and I'm trying to figure, okay, so which one of these characters do I even like? And I'm reading the character that I like the most. Obviously, we're only talking about major characters. And I don't know what they look like, because if you might look like a turd, you know, then I wouldn't like him. The one I like the most, but this character has a huge flaw, and that's man. I better be careful because I'm not sure I remember anymore. I think it was Edward the Fourth. I like Edward the Fourth. Yeah, he's a York guy, but he cheated around. So I'm like, I, I can't get behind somebody who cheated around. I know everybody did back then. Still doesn't make it right, you know. Is that White Queen thing worth watching? Isn't that the War of the Roses miniseries or whatever? The one with that Swedish actress that's in it or whatever? Isn't that what it's called, the White Queen? I haven't seen it yet because it's like hasn't been available. And I don't mind watching historical kissy shows. You know, that's what I call them. You know, they make those historical kissy shows just for, you know, so you can get your lady friend to watch it with you. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'm not even sure they were cooked. Oh no, no. Those people. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna stop right there. There's places in this world where people eat things, put them in their mouth that I wouldn't step on. No. Nope. Nope. I'm not stepping on tarantulas. Man, freaking stain your shoes, man. It'd be like stepping on a banana or something. And I'm not a spider hater, but man, when spiders have hairs that big, nope. Fire. I hope that doesn't explain Witch's lack of shoes. Yeah. Well, I'm not wearing shoes right now, but I'm not outside. You know, if I was going to go to the garage, I'd put on some shoes. You know, I don't want that garage filth to get on my feet and then bring it inside. You know, but I took a shower when I got home. But like my work clothes, my work shoes don't come in the house. You know, they're dusty. Yeah, I've seen Mitch step on stuff with his bare feet that I don't agree with. Nope. Ain't gonna go there. Fire. How's Mitch doing anyway? We need him in a vid playing the game soon. No, I don't know. I haven't talked to him much. He must be doing okay. He said his life was really easy. He said my job's really easy. Okay, well, I'm not coming over to your house and making it easier for you. I don't know. I think he's playing. He's still playing. He's still playing every Tuesday. I think they moved their night to Tuesday or something like that. I'm really not sure. I saw him at the convention for a little bit. Went out to eat one meal with him, and that's it. I'm not fighting with him. I'm just, we're on different wavelengths. Still doing I showed him how to make DBA videos. He don't want to learn how to do them. Well, you guys are missing out. But I'm not working the next 4 days, and I bet he's working all of them. They're like on opposite schedules. Okay, there's that one. I may actually have to go out and get more of this stuff. I thought this was mostly empty, but I'm not sure what's going on in here. Let's use this to scoop this out. I don't know that I love it 100%. At least the foxholes. They work. They're more vertical than I would have wanted them to be, but I was limited by what I was working on. But I think if I would have made them for only 2 people, they'd still be kind of vertical. I just need a bigger card for them to sit on. doing color-wise? Yeah, that's about right. All right, now let's drop that in here. Drop this one in here as well. While this is drying, and it doesn't really need to dry, we're going to go ahead and paint up McGregor. Yeah, Mitch is playing, which is what he needs, and I'm painting, which is what I need. I don't need to play, you know, and I certainly don't need to make plans to play, and then people have last minute changes and they don't show up. So, like, that just causes more frustration for me. Like, I get enough of that on Monday through Friday. You know, maybe if you like work for the government or something like that and have a job that's just ho-hum freaking boring, doing the same thing every day, you know, maybe you want change and a little bit of chaos, but I don't want any of that stuff because my freaking job is chaotic. And I'm not volunteering to do chaos when I'm not getting paid for it. I'd be airbrushing similar to where you sat now with a bookcase where your case is behind you. Do you think that would be safe? So, you know, I hardly make a mess at all when I airbrush now. But learning, I take it you don't have a garage or anything. I don't think you need anything. I think that, you know, what you should start off with, just get a cardboard box. You know, get a cardboard box with like a sponge or something to catch some of the spray. You know, you're using acrylics. It's not bad. Get a little bit of a fan that's blowing it away from you, and that's it. And you could wear a mask or a bandana or something like that if you really worry about it. I don't think it's dangerous at all, but I'm using very little amount, and I have air that's blowing on me away from it. So, you know, but then you got, you know, these nanny people that are like, oh, you're riding a bike, you should wear a helmet if you're riding a bike. Okay. So, I think it's safe, but there's a lot of things I don't worry about, you know. And then people that worry about stuff get upset when you're not worried about it too. I don't know what their shtick is. Like, I'm worried about it. Why aren't you worried about it? Maybe because maybe because you're a candy ass, you know. So, oh, you meant safe for the books? No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Don't spray toward it. You know how I feel about books. Books are holy. You don't need to rebuy books. They're expensive enough the first time. No, I wouldn't spray towards books. What are the options you have? Just film a video of a layout of your house, and I'll tell you what you should spray. I could have a spray booth on that table and spray in here, but you know it's noisy. The girls don't need to listen to that. Of course, I think you live alone, right? So you don't have to worry about that. Ah, the golden days. The golden days of living alone. Yeah, I don't think it's safe for the books. My wife is super paranoid about it. Like, she's like, oh, if you're going to airbrush, I'll pull my car out of the garage. I'm like, I'm using very little paint, and your car's over there, and I'm right here. But, okay, whatever. And it's just water-based paint, like, it would come off, you know. Books would be in the opposite direction the paint is going. Oh, the books are back here? Let me read this again. There's a big resin spray booth due to my lack of room, but how far does the paint get around? If you're airbrushing like this, maybe 2 feet. I mean, unless you're specifically trying to spray the wall, 2 feet. Like where I sat now, I'd be facing the same direction with a bookcase where your case is behind me. No, you're not going to get, there's be nothing on your case. What's this way? No, it's not like, if it did, it would be hazardous to your health. It would definitely be hazardous to your health. Yeah, you don't want to do that. No, it's pretty much this direction. It makes less of a mess than, you've used a rattle can before. You can't even compare the two. A rattle can is a disaster compared to an airbrush. Well, a box, you're fine. You're fine. Just get you a jug of some tea or milk or whatever you guys have over there. Use that. Don't buy one of them $30 things to clean your airbrush in. That's just dumb. Make you some Jesus juice or Cromwell juice or whatever you guys call it over there. Churchill juice. If you don't call it Jesus juice, you got to call it for a different savior. I wouldn't say Cromwell was a savior. Churchill had his problems, but it's a good thing you guys had him around when you had him. Hey, what do you guys think about? So think about things about going to the UK, to London specifically. That we're going to spend 2 days. My daughter said that one of her friends said the place I should go to was like the Churchill's War Rooms. But I don't know if I've got time to do all that stuff. I definitely want to hit the Imperial War Museum. So I can tell them that they got their shades of their stuff wrong. Make friends that way. No. There's no nightmares of stuff flying everywhere. No. Yeah, plastic milk bottle picked out, absolutely. Although I have an old amaretto bottle that needs a purpose in life. Well, you want something with a relatively big opening, so it makes it, easy. But yeah, those people that sell those, like, why take a perfectly good item, spend money for it, and then ruin it? It'd be like, I'm going to buy this shirt. Why? Well, I'm going to take this shirt, and every time I paint, I'm going to wipe the paintbrush on my shirt. You bought a new shirt to do that with. It just seems like wasteful. I don't know. I've been poor before, so luckily it was a long time ago. But I still, there's no reason to be wasteful if you don't have to, Plastic milk bottle, yeah. One thing that also helps is you might want to put a little bit, it'll happen on its own, a little bit of liquid in the bottom of it to give it some weight so it doesn't like tip over easy. I wouldn't want to use an amaretto bottle if it's made of glass. You went through a whole amaretto bottle all by yourself, huh? I have that. We have a lot of amaretto here, honestly. I actually like this stuff if it wasn't so sweet. I actually like this stuff quite a bit. But it is pretty sweet. I still think one of the best tasting things, a liqueur like that's really sweet is, what's it called? Oh man. The elderflower one. Saint Germain. Saint Germain is just fantabulous. Fantabulous. I know it's French, but hey, if you're celebrating Lancashire Day, you're probably okay with French things, right? Weren't they the more Frenchy of the two? More French of the two. The Frenchier of the two. Pure black. Whoa. Unsoiled black. You know? You got your airbrush picked out? What airbrush you going with? I'm just glad I'm getting my money's worth out of it. I don't want to buy something, and then not use it. That's like dumb, you know? Or something that just frustrates you. The wad clips. It cost $149.99 here, which would be equivalent to what, like 120 quid, something like that. 120, 115 quid. It's just if you get it, you should get a .5 needle. So it comes with a .35. In other words, a needle that allows you to pour to spray thicker things out. It's like a $10. It costs like $10 or something like that. $10 for the needle and like $10 for the nozzle. It really should come with both of them. I don't know why it doesn't, and I wish they made a .2, but they don't. But I watched a video on that airbrush that I have, and I'm like, damn, these people could do some amazing stuff with it. I'm not there yet. I'm not there to get the really small squigglies, but I've kind of mastered, and I use mastered loosely. I'm kind of comfortable with everything else up to that point. So I've just now started to get to the point where I'm trying to drop the pressure as much as I can. But I basically come away from that every time and don't make a mess. I don't make a mess anywhere. But it takes you got to practice, and in order to practice, it's got to be like not painful to clean. Because it's one of those things like, okay, you don't become good at this thing until you've spent, say, 100 hours or something, whatever number that is. If getting to the 100 hours of it is punishing, you're never going to get there. It's so you shouldn't be punished for just cleaning the airbrush and taking care of it. And the other thing that really kind of helped a lot, I feel like it's helped a lot, is pulling the needle out of the front. It just keeps you from taking stuff that's on that needle and pulling it into the actual workings. McGregor. He's gonna rip up on somebody on the Thompson. Were those imported from the U.S. or were they made under license in the United Kingdom? It just seems kind of silly that you have an industrial country like the United Kingdom, and they rely on somebody else to make their weapons for them. It just seems like, come on, man. I mean, you guys made the frickin' Spitfire. Like, I'm proud of you guys. And your tanks and trucks broke down in the deserts, but so did the frickin' German one, man. Desert's a terrible environment. There's There's a bumper sticker. I don't know who. I've seen it before, and I don't know who's pushing it. And it's been around for 15 years. It's a dumb bumper sticker that reads something like, "Stand up for America, be American." And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, you're just saying a bunch of words that don't mean anything together. Oh, and we need to do the lighter color on here. So I saw the equivalent one over there. Stand up for Britain, be British. It's like a bumper sticker. It's like, man, I want a bumper sticker, but I can't decide what. None of them called me. I said, well, just put this generic one on there. You know? Stand up for America. Be American. Like, aren't I American just by being here? Like, I don't understand. What do you want me to do? I'm going to one of these museums and they're going to treat me like I'm an American. They don't know shit about what you guys did. I'm going to sit that curator in his place. I'm going to sit that guy down. The Birmingham small arms factory made Thompsons under license. And unlike the Soviets, you guys probably paid for the license. You know, like those gas AA and AAA trucks. They're basically Fords built under license. Yeah, I'm sure those commies didn't pay for a freaking one of them. Those commie bastards. Yes, thank you, my stomach. Thine stomach. Thine stomach speaketh. All right, well, we've gone far enough dancing around the problem, not finishing up the 2-pounder. It is time for the two-libber to speak. That's what I used to call it, the two-libber. Okay, that should match ish. And of course, we don't have little grass there yet. We will. We will. Okay, so we have both of these are painted in the Portland stone color. Dodger manufactured browns. The pistol. That's sweet. That's a sweet pistol. You guys wouldn't know because you're not allowed to have them. But Browning high powers. That was my second choice. They just started making those again. FN was making those, and then they still do, and then I guess they sold a patent. I don't know exactly how it worked to Springfield, and they're making some as well. I don't really like pistols. I don't really like pistols that have grips that are wooden colored. It just doesn't look right to me. I know they're not really grip. They're not really wood, but it doesn't look. It looks good on a rifle, submachine gun. It doesn't look good on a pistol. My personal opinion. No, the big boy for the RAF. Brownings. What, the 50 cal? Well, Browning made a lot of stuff, man. They made the Browning high power, the BAR, the Browning automatic rifle, the M2s, right? And plus the air cooled ones, the 30 cals, the ones that are on the top of your honeys. Those are Brownings. Okay, let's get that color out here. Portland stone. This is the same color that or the Portland stone equivalent, which is Desert Sand MiG 0029. And I love this paint for airbrushing. I wish they made another paint by the same people that was just thicker so that you could do what I'm going to do now without wasting the world's worth of paint, which is unfortunately what's going to happen. I'm going to be wasting some paint. Luckily, I don't need to use a whole lot of it, but let's grab a new paper towel. And I'm going to use one of these. I have these in my drawer at work. They're extra stand material. I'm just going to pour. Actually, let me not use this one. It's got a bunch of crap. Yeah, all these got crap on them. .303. Oh, the ones that are in the how do you guys pronounce that plane? Hurricane? Yeah. Rocked me like a hurricane. Doesn't sound right. They had 8, right? 8 30 cals. Oh, they didn't have a lot of pack. They didn't pack a punch. Oh, and you got 8 of them, you do. I mean, that's kind of a problem, you know? That's a kind of a problem if you're on the receiving end. You could gripe all you want about, oh, the RAF planes didn't have a lot of firepower. Well, compared to the Japanese fighters, which didn't have shit, you know? You know, the Zero only had 2 machine guns. Sure, it had 20 millimeter cannon. Okay, but when you run out of the ammo for that, now what you got? Nothing. I think this is the one that we're going to use. 303. .303. All right, we're gonna always like testing this with the base. So if I screw up or I'm not happy with it, well, we're just gonna go over it anyways. And the nice thing about dry brushing things is generally you're doing them so light that you can, and they dry so quick, you can handle them by hand. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with the top of this. Yeah, so I like Gill's intrinsic stuff a lot, except I'm not a fan of the Cromwell tank. It just seems like I'm just not a fan of it. like all the cruisers. I just don't like that cruiser. Oh, we're missing the little hand crank. Still have in the garage. Well, I'll glue it on later. Jeez, it's only 6. I love it. We're still not done yet. Okay, we'll do the same thing with the other one, wherever it is. It's hanging out here. So tomorrow we're gonna wake up and we're gonna work on the old A13, because it's Thanksgiving. That's the only tank I've got kind of in the works right now. The old A13. And I've got enough markings for the desert rats. And this is going to be 7th Armored Brigade. Shit, I forgot which tank regiment it is. I forget which one it is. It's the one that got. It's the Queen's one. It's the one that got all chipped up. It got ate up real badly. I sent myself that file. Let's see. Let me go to here. Seventh Queen's Own Hussars. Because I know for a fact that one had A13s in it. That's the Senior Armored Regiment of the 7th Armored Brigade, which is the junior brigade in the 7th Armored Division. Man, that's a work. That's a mouthful. So it has red markings on it. It's got red turret markings on it. And what unit of service marking is that one, by the way? Green 65. That is green 65. Yeah, I could do the King Tiger. That's a tank, but I'm really enjoying doing the desert stuff. It honestly looks better. Every time I look at the infantry, I'm like, damn, those guys look good. I hope I feel the same way about the Italians and the DAC. Probably will. So I found a couple aircraft models that I was thinking about getting already pre-built. I don't really want to build aircraft and put them on the ground at the airfield. And then just repaint them. I certainly don't want to build aircraft and turn them into a wreck. Although when the British first took that airfield, there was one of the planes that took off and was strafing them until they shot it down. I don't know what it was. It's probably a 109. I put my money on it. 109E or 109F. Now, what I'm going to do is, I think I can do that with the glasses on. Well, we're going to paint the tires. Let's paint the two tires that are sitting out here in the dirt on the ground. Let's rinse this. And we probably want to use this one right here. Maybe, or maybe this one. No, this one's fine. And we are going to spray this one down. We are going to seal it. So I can use the Vallejo paint even if it's shiny a little bit. Green 65. Yep. 25 pounder, we're not gonna use the same color. We're gonna paint it in the darker color. The darker color looks like this. The darker base. It's more yellow-like. The light stone as opposed to the Portland stone. Both of them, actually. I never liked the paint scheme that the Luftwaffe used in North Africa. I don't like that yellow with the splotches. It just looks silly. The RAF stuff looks cool, but the Luftwaffe stuff looks painted by a child. For North Africa, anyways. So yeah, I thought I could, okay, let me go on AliExpress. I can save a lot of money buying some Crusaders, right? But yeah, they're only $7 a piece. But you know, they tack on like $11 shipping each. No combined shipping. So I'm like, might as well buy them from eBay. You know, you're paying the same amount and there's less risk. Oh, I thought I had made a boo-boo. Let me see something. I should take a look at a drawing of this tire. 2-pounder AT gun. Let's go with the smaller brush. needed to go in farther. What time is it? 6:20. I'm falling asleep. Typical. I had a coffee of unusual size. Coffee of unusual size. We got a couple shell casings down there. We're going to paint those two shell casings. This other color. There's bronze. Is this old gold? Old gold. The color they call bronze. Mix a little bit of black with it. Now where's the other one? Over here. Added some shadow stuff to it. I'm gonna go back to this one. Let's just go add the and then we will use some old gold. And this is just going to sit behind this hanger. I mean, that's what it's made for. Specifically with the dimensions of this particular piece in mind. I could probably go ahead and pop this thing in place. No need really to glue it in place. And obviously we're going to weather the wheels. Kind of goes without saying. But I bet the whatchamacallit's dry enough, so I'm going to go ahead and with a little bit of this. I don't want to use this color. I'm just going to use the pale sand. I'm going to use the pale sand. It's just a dusting. Just a dusting. Good Lord. We're under attack. While you're holding a sneeze, I don't want to turn everything into a Christmas tree. on, you little guy. Jumpy. And we're going to do some weathering on it. Some black lining on some things and rustifying others, but rustification. Now I'm going to actually try to avoid to put any grass on this spot where the loader is going to be. The loader is going to sit there. I'm going to try to avoid putting any there. So let's grab some of this and the Australian tufts and we should be good to go. Oh, I picked up 2 and I didn't mean to. That's good because I wanted to put 2 on here. Okay, and then we're going to grab 2 of the other ones. This is the Highland tuft. It seems like all these really stick on there really well by themselves. I haven't used Elmer's. The Australian ones certainly have like a stick of their own. They work really, really well. And then we'll do the same thing with this one over here. So one thing I'm going to do, I don't even know if anybody's listening right now. You guys will have to let me know. One of the things that I'm going to do is I've got lots of extra of the material that I use the smoke to make those the wreck stuff from. I have lots of that stuff left. And what I'm probably going to do is find a way to airbrush it really lightly in brown, or maybe even a tan. Because one of the things that's really prevalent in the desert is you get these tanks going at high speed, they're going to kick out a lot of dust. And I'm not going to mount the dust on stands or anything, but it's going to go behind the vehicles. Because, you know, that when those Chinese do that charge or whatever, I still remember that advanced squad leader thing. It's called, what the hell is that? Blazing Chariots is the name of that scenario. You got like 12 honeys against like 7, I think it's 7 panzers or whatever. And there's dust in that scenario, where the honeys leave a trail of dust behind them as they're slinging their way across the board. So that's, you know, that provides some interesting, like, lack of visibility opportunities. And I got lots of that stuff left. That synthetic cotton, like almost like a fibers, like to fill in like a pillow. And I think that will. I'm telling you, this is gonna be some epic shit right here. But it's not done overnight. It takes some effort doing it. I'm going to take this step by step. Okay, that'll work for now. And we're not done detailing the anti-tank gun. Just to be clear. Let me be clear. Yeah. We're going to have to buy more of this stuff. Because we're going through it like nobody's business. But that's good. That means we're making a lot of stuff. Okay, and the loader's going to go there, so it should be okay. Let's put a person on a penny. Let's pretend this guy is the loader. We're going to have him sit as close as we can to the gun, which means back here is just fine. I just don't want to put him on a tuft of grass that's going to get flattened. You know, it's kind of wasteful when I can put it somewhere else. Yeah, look at that height. It is just shooting just right over the berm. Nice. Maximum protection. And of course, we're going to need some of the same stuff here. We want to put the ooh, squishy. That's quite enough. For that. Okay, so we've got the two sangers done. Oh, we got to put some on Mc. We got to put some on McGregor. Oh, I almost forgot about me McGregor. All right. Man, love these troops. Love these troops. Love it. Let's see, where's my phone? Take a better picture of these. Blurry, blurry ass picture. Is this thing dirty? Yeah, that's what it is. and take some pictures of these guys over the weekend outside. Because they look better to me than you guys are seeing them in the photo. It's just it's kicking all the stuff back on the camera. So now we got 8 riflemen. Well, actually, 7 riflemen. Well, actually, this guy doesn't have a rifle. So, binocularium guy. Let's get to work on picking out some of these details on this on the 2-pounder. Put the gold back and the bronze. We haven't needed those colors in a long time. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the Beauforts. I may do the Beauforts in the in this color, as opposed to the light stone. I hadn't decided yet. Let's get our really fine precision brush. Yeah, girls are cooking over there. The sounds of beating off. Oh man. Try to get a rise out of somebody tonight. I think. Not quite. Is it this one? Hold on one second. Let me go get a beverage. Okay. Two silent watchers. Whoever they might be. Huh. I wonder how that got. Took a little chip of that from it. So I'd like to get this thing done enough that I'm comfortable switching to tanks tomorrow. Or a tank tomorrow. Go ahead and remove that. Let's go ahead and take some of this Gnome oil and just put it out here. Easier to kind of mess with it. So I got so excited about doing this dark shady stuff on here. That I forgot I needed to to weather the A13. No harm, no foul. No big deal. It looked great when we're done with it. And we got some other colors as well. We got some rust-like colors. We're not going to put lots of rust on it, but it's just nice to have some variations there, so you don't have this surface that looks all monotone. I don't know if this seat has a little leather pad or something. I guess I probably should look that up. The padded seat for the guy's bottom there. I accidentally got the Tamiya panel liner stuff, and I was disappointed to find out that it's not any darker than this one. As I figured, it'd be nice just to go over it once, not like trying to darken it different times. And yeah, it's not. And not only that, in order to get it to work right, I'm supposed to clear coat the whole thing so that the enamel, because it's enamel, even though it's Tamiya, it's enamel. This, and I'll probably never use it. Maybe I'll try it on a plane or something like that. But it's almost exactly the same consistency as this Nuln Oil, which I thought was pretty surprising. But yet it had a smell. Which this does not. You know, to me it feels almost like it's 10:30 at night, but it's only 7 o'clock. So we started super early. So I'm used to I'm used to starting at the earliest around this time. So yeah, we've already been on here. We have already been at it for 2 hours. Well, this thing has pretty nice detail on it. And a lot of the stuff is made to scale, so much that you got to be careful with some of these parts so they could break on you. They're definitely not made heartily like a lot of the Plaster Company stuff is for wargaming. It's a little bit more durable. It's definitely more on the, hey, let's make this the realistic size. Let's take some photos of this and make this shine. The loading crew that goes on here, are they already painted black? They are. Okay, that's good. Well, the actual gunner is just gonna fit in there. That's the intention, anyways. We got him stuck with some stickum right now to a penny, so we can paint him. But once he's painted, I hope I'll be able to put him. You know, I may not be able to do that because his legs are too close together. So I'm wondering, I probably should do that now before I get more committed to it. Let's see if I can take this X-Acto blade. Pry his legs apart. Without hopefully breaking them. Okay, that helped a little bit. See if that's enough, because we're going to slide it in. We're going to slide him in and out. Still need more. Oh, he's going to be in all the time, and then when he dies, we'll pull his ass out. If and when that happens. Let's do a half. We need this. I'm willing to risk breaking it. I don't want him like glued in place. That's the other alternative. I think we just were able to do it. All right, I may have to rethink this, and I may actually have to sit him on the seat and leave him there. I don't want to put him on a stand and, hey, here's the guy that sits there, and he's, you know, because you'll never have that gun manned. I don't mind the other guy being on the stand, but okay, we've really separated it now. All right, can we do it now? think we can. Now, I might actually shave some of that down so he'll fit in there. I just want the best of both worlds here. I want him to. See if that did it. Okay, well, we got him to sit in there. That's a step in the right direction. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint him, and we'll put him in there after the fact. He'll just stay in there. Because he looks pretty cool. And it's a nice figure. Zvezda makes nice figures. Let's pull him out carefully. Yeah, it is a tight fit. That helped. Alright, we're just going to paint this guy. And we'll leave him in there. Probably won't even have to glue him in. Which of course means we're just gonna use black paint for this. We don't need to use the primer. A wee lad. All dressed Pringles chip ad on this. Really? Oh, I don't get to pick what it is. Really? You're not joshing me, are you? I don't get to pick what it is. So we got the black out here. Let's go ahead and do the other one as well. Yeah, I don't get to pick what the ads are, so I have no idea what they are. Somebody was telling me, "Hey, how come you got this political thing?" I'm like, I didn't ask to put political shit on there. They don't even ask me, like, would you rather have this or this? What is it, 1990? That's right. Hey, I was